Hey,
Yeah.
Did you just buy those?
Yeah.
You better read all of those books before you buy any new ones.
I will.
right. Whoa!
Oh, hey.
Is that another new book?
Yeah.
I thought we weren't buying any new books.
But you don't understand. Marvel sent this one to me to review.
Marvel sent this to you?
But they did.
Yeah, sure.
What's going on, Geminites? GemMint here. I know some of you guys can relate, and if your Marvel sent me this for free excuse doesn't work anymore, you could always tell your wife that you got this omnibus up to 50% off by using our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com. Besides the great discount, they have amazing packaging, fast shipping, and excellent customer service. They also have a bargain bin where you can get titles up to 90% off. If you mention this channel in the memo at checkout for your first order, the next order will have free shipping if you're in the United States. So use cheapgraphicnovels.com. Word on the street is they're taking pre-orders now too. No, but seriously, big shout out to Marvel Comics. They sent us an advanced copy of this Uncanny X-Men Volume 4. To me, this is what omnibus collecting is all about. Now we got X-Men issues 1 all the way up to 193 consecutively in these volumes between the Silver Age X-Men books and Uncanny X-Men. Modern events are cool, but to me this is like putting together a full run that would be very expensive and time-consuming in single issues. This is definitely one of my favorite lines to collect. So Uncanny X-Men Volume 4, you have Chris Claremont, you have John Romita Jr. doing his first work on X-Men, and you have Al Milgrom and Paul Smith as well. We're going to do an overview of this book where we look at the construction of the book, the contents, the artwork, and more. So before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button. You know we're giving away this Batman Killing Joke CGC 9.8 once we hit 110,000 subscribers. If you stay tuned to the end of the video, I'll tell you what you got to do to enter. Let's dive in. Alright guys, first thing you want to do with a new omnibus or hardcover, you want to take that dust jacket off and you want to stretch that spine. We're going to take a look at the construction of this book by laying it flat and kind of flowing a few pages on each side back and forth to relax the spine. Stretch it out a little bit so that it doesn't get stiff. Now, in the days of sewn binding, I don't know if it's as important as it was when we had glued binding, but it's still a good practice that you want to do just to make sure that you don't end up damaging the book. So let's take a look at the ribbon and if there's any gutter loss. So as you can see, the book lays down flat. You're not really going to get any gutter loss in this book. Plus, if you take a look, most of the pages have white borders. Now, as far as the actual ribbon, you can see that it is not glued to the hardcover itself, and it does lift up to give you a little bit of an eye. This way the pages will lay flat as possible. But enough of all that, let's take a look at the inside. Alright guys, so the cover art on the regular dust jacket is by R.B. Silva. The direct market variant is the cover by John Romita Jr. for Uncanny X-Men 193, and we'll take a look at that later. The spine is that traditional spine that matches all of the other Uncanny X-Men volumes. And the back as well, which has images of all the comics that it contains on the back. This one collects Uncanny X-Men 176 through 193, X-Men Annual 8, Kitty Pryde and Wolverine 1 through 6, X-Men and Alpha Flight 1 and 2, plus Marvel Fanfare 40. This book has 848 pages, a cover price of $125, and is scheduled to be released on February 17th. The inside of the dust jacket talks about John Romita Jr. joining the Uncanny X-Men and has some biographies on the creators, which includes Chris Claremont, Al Milgrom, Paul Smith, and Barry Windsor Smith, as well as Steve Lealoha. The actual hardcover itself has that all-black look with the white logo like the other volumes of Uncanny X-Men, similar spines, with nothing on the back. You've got all black pages for the interior and some nice John Romita Jr. artwork for the intro page. Here you have a nice splash page of Colossus vs. Juggernaut. Credits to the writers, pencilers, layouters, inkers, finishers, and more. Here we have the table of contents, another nice little splash of Colossus. We get a forward here by Chris Claremont, which talks about where we are with the X-Men during this time, talks about John Romita Jr. jumping onto the team with having such big shoes to fill with his father John Romita and his mother Virginia, who was Marvel's production manager at the time. Then it just jumps into it. Issue 176. I love that Cyclops cover destroying the X-Men logo. This is where Cyclops is on a honeymoon with Madeline Pryor. This run also has to deal with the Morlocks with Calypso and Caliban and trying to force a marriage between him and Kitty Pryde, which leads into Wolverine's arc. I dig old school JR. Issue 180. Got Professor X up on his feet. I love how these old Omnibus have the letters in here. I think that's so cool. They put these together a little bit more different than the modern books. A little bit more true to the comics of that era, I would say. This also has to deal with Rogue becoming part of the X-Men team, no longer a villain during the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Here goes the Wolverine stuff, looks great. And you have the Colossus versus Juggernaut battle here, epic battle. But amazing artwork here. I mean, I love this era, and continuing to help us collect the whole run of X-Men from start to finish. Let's take a look for the extras in the back here. Got a nice pinup here of Storm. Then we have the original art for the cover for 176 that we just saw in the beginning. Some original pages. Storm and Forge. I remember having that single issue. So they have their relationship thing going on. You have Wolverine with Mariko. Cyclops with Madeline. Here we have a pinup from Marvel Fanfare 12 by Rick Leonardi. Some more pinups. Marvel Age covers. Talking about the Wolverine and Kitty series. Old interview with Chris Claremont. An old one with John Romita Jr. Then we get some Marvel Age covers. X-Men Classic covers. The Alpha Flight covers. And this was created just for this omnibus. This would be the cover of the dust jacket for the direct market version. I'm probably still going to pick that up just so it matches my other omnibus. Alright guys, give me your thoughts on Uncanny X-Men Volume 4 in the comments below. That's what's going to enter you into the drawing for this Batman Killing Joke CGC 9.8. Once we hit 110,000 subscribers, I'm going to pick a random video where I promoted this giveaway and use a random YouTube comment generator to draw a worldwide winner. I appreciate you guys watching. Check out my other omnibus hauls and overviews in the playlist to the right, and stay minty fresh. Peace.